Hey guys, what's up? It's Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a recommendation video for one of my favorite tropes ever, and that is found family. There is something about the found family trope that just gets me every single time, because sometimes our real families are not perfect, they're not amazing, and sometimes it's the family that you make on your own that becomes your real family. And so I have several book series here, because really the found family trope is best if it's in a series, because you can follow each different character getting their own individual story. So I do have several series for recommendations here, so let's just get into it. First series I'm going to be recommending is the Callaway series by Penelope Douglas. The first book in the series is Bully. These are high school romances. They all live in the same town. The first book obviously is a bully romance, so do look up trigger warnings, but the other romances are not bully, but the second one is a little taboo, so just an FYI. But I love these books. They're very easy to read. They're very fun to read. They obviously, like I said, they start off in high school, and then as the series progresses, the characters are in college, so you do see them grow up a little bit and settle down with their lives and everything. And then this series actually has a spin-off series, which is the Hellbent series. Now, only this book is out, the first book in the series, but Penelope has planned a total of 6 books for this series. The next one is going to be Pirate Girls. So this series follows the children of this series, okay? So each couple in these books had kids, and these are what these books are about. So there's really nothing like supernatural or anything extra to these books. They're just really easy, fun romances. You have them set in small towns. Their families are wealthier, so the kids in here, you know, their parents basically kind of cleaned up the town and own a bunch of properties, and so they kind of get free reign of what they do. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Devil's Night in that aspect, but I love these. They both have found family in them, obviously, because these guys settled down together to have all of these guys. But yeah, just if you are looking for a found family with not a whole lot to it, these are good ones. I will say this one is definitely heavier on plot, because Penelope, I can tell, is building for something bigger to come, kind of like Devil's Night, if that makes sense. Like there's a whole mystery going on. These ones are just easy standalones. So yeah, you have the Callaway series and then the Hellbent series. Also by Penelope Douglas, you have Corrupt. I'm currently rereading this for a reread vlog and annotation. So if you want to watch that, that should be up on my channel within the next week or two, hopefully. But I think this, like, in terms of romance, not fantasy, this is probably my favorite found family series of all time. It's probably my favorite series of all time. But obviously, if you've heard of this series, it is very problematic. So look up trigger warnings if it's something that does intrigue you, but it is a bully romance. The first book starts off with Rika and Michael as our main couple, and Michael and his 3 best friends are basically out for revenge against Rika because of some incident that happened 3 years ago on an old Devil's Night, and it resulted in his 3 friends being sent to prison, and all 4 of them thought that she was the reason for it. Well, obviously you're gonna have flashback chapters in here alternating between the past and the present, and you find out the whole story. And what I love about these books, so there's 4, there's 6 if you count the novellas, and each book covers a new couple. Well, what I love about this story is with the Devil's Night flashbacks, like in the very first book, you get these teasers and everything to the other couples of what's been going on that night. And then obviously those guys have so much trauma through the years from those girls, and you don't know why. You only got little snippets to it. And then when you get to their books, you get the full story and it all comes together. But I absolutely love these series. These 8 characters would do absolutely anything for each other by the last book. I want to specify that. These characters, some of them do not like each other at all for a lot of the story, and it takes a lot of reveals and secrets coming out for them to all come together. But I absolutely love it. It is perfect found family trope. It is also perfect for this time of year for Halloween, because Devil's Night does take place on October 30th. So if you're also looking for some good spooky vibes, the Devil's Night series is a great one. And then for a much tamer series, we have the Addicted / Callaway Sister series by Krista and Becca Ritchie. And these books, I'm gonna just say, the reason I love them so much is because of the found family aspect. So I've only read through book 4, which is Kiss the Sky, which is Rose and Connor's book, and I actually literally just finished it 2 days ago, and I annotated so much of that book, and I annotated so many things with references to when the characters would say something like, it's just me and these 5 people. Like, these 5 people mean the world to me. And I absolutely love that, because obviously if you've read this series, you know that our characters, each of them do not have the best of families. Like, even the Callaway sisters, they have each other, but you know, their parents want what's best for them, but they can be a little controlling, I guess, if you know. But these characters are so near and dear to my heart. Lily and Lo are my absolute favorite couple. I haven't even read Hot House Flower yet, but there were so many teasers to Reich and Daisy in Kiss the Sky that I'm so excited to start that book. And like I said, it just, their found family aspect, it picks up in this book, and it's so fun to see how they become this group of 6 people. Because really, this book starts off, you have the Callaway sisters, the 3 of them, and then you have Lily and Lo. And so it's really interesting in this first book to see how Connor and Reich kind of get integrated into the group itself. And they're just comfort reads. I love them. It's like, I don't know, they're just feel good. And so if you're ever looking for a book or a series that just will make you feel better about yourself, these are great. And also they make me sad too, because at the same time it's like, I really wish I could find a group of people like this. So yes, try this series if you're looking for some found family. Ugh, I cannot talk today. Switching gears to fantasy found family, we have Zodiac Academy. Now, I talk about this series a lot on my channel because I absolutely love it. Now, I will say, if you have read the first book and you didn't like it, you're on board with a lot of people, okay? Even myself, I felt like the first book was slower. But please keep going, because these books, each one is better than the previous one. And if you've read the first book, you're probably wondering, why am I talking about this being found family? Especially if you haven't continued, because the found family I am talking about is the twins, Tori and Darcy, and it is between them and the 4 heirs, Darius, Max, Seth, and Caleb. And then you throw in Lance Orion, Professor Lance Orion, and then Geraldine and Xavier and Sophia and a couple other people, and you're thinking, why? These people were divided in a line in a war at the beginning of the story, and yes, that is true. So here is a very quick rundown of this story. So Tori and Darcy are twins. They are living in the mortal realm at the age of 18. They've grown up in foster care. They've grown up in really crappy living situations, basically all they've ever known. One night when Darcy, I think, is trying to get some cash back that they had hidden in a foster parent's house, they get caught by the cops, and this guy like follows her and loses track of her. So then he tracks down Tori, who is in the process of stealing a motorcycle to get money for them. And he follows Tori back to their apartment. And he reveals to them that they are both very important fae. They're fae royalty, and that they need to come to Zodiac Academy to do their training so that they can take their rightful place on the throne and get their inheritance. Well, when they arrive, they find out that when their birth parents had been killed, the heirs had taken over, basically ruling this world. And, well, not them, but their parents had. And so when they arrive at Zodiac Academy, the 4 heirs who have been trained by their parents most of their lives, that they're eventually going to take over, they find out that these 2 girls who know nothing about magic and fae and anything like that have just arrived, and that they're going to try to steal the throne from them. The girls, they don't want the throne. They just want their inheritance and to go on with their lives. The boys, they want the throne. They think the girls are going to do anything they can to get the throne. There's a lot of bullying. There's a lot of battle. There's a lot of pranking. There's a lot of going way too far, crossing the line. But when you get to book 2, the romance really, really starts hitting off. And when I tell you, book 5 is my absolute favorite because both sides are starting to come together. And you get to a point where they have a common enemy and they can only rely on each other. And some of my favorite parts in the later books is just alone moments of like the girls and the heirs just in a room together having conversations. It's so interesting to see how they went from this to that. So go pick up Zodiac Academy if any of that intrigues you. Okay. Then I have the Acotar series, Court of Thorns and Roses. This is another great found family trope. You're really not going to get it in the first book. I'm going to be honest. So if you have read this series, then you know why. But so the first book is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. So you have Feyre, your main character, and at the beginning of the story, she's out hunting for her family to find food, and she ends up killing a creature that she was not supposed to kill because of some border agreement or something where humans are not allowed to kill fae, something like that. So this beast comes knocking on her door to take her prisoner for doing what she did. This beast is Tamlin. So your story's going to pick up from there. Like I said though, the found family aspect is going to hit in this book. But please read this book because everything that is revealed in book 2 makes everything in book 1 so beyond worth it. Like, oh my god. So you're going to have then book 2 and book 3 and this novella here, and they all kind of cover the same couple. And then you're going to get into A Court of Silver Flames where it's going to cover another couple in this found family aspect. But I love the Inner Circle. That is what they are called. I just finished Silver Flames the other day, and I feel emptiness and hollowness in my life. And I'm really, really tempted to restart this one. But I don't want to because I don't want to have to suffer through a romance that I'm not really into, if you catch my drift. But I'm going to do it because I just like those clues to the Inner Circle that are coming. So this is another great one for wow, really vocabulary sex today. This is another great one for found family fantasy. Okay, so that is going to do it for my found family romance and fantasy recommendations. If you guys know of any other series or books that have this trope, please drop them down below. Like I said, I absolutely love this trope. This trope is a really special one, I guess you could say, if you're currently feeling down. So, not to get too personal, but in my current life, with my family, things are not perfect right now. I wish I could be a little bit closer with my sister than I currently am. And so it's really nice to read books where you can kind of make your own family. It's just, there's something comforting about it and perfect for escapism. So like I said, if any of these intrigue you, go pick them up, give them a try. And if you have any more, please give them to me because I am always looking for some more to add to my shelves. All right, well, that is going to do it for now, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!